What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome back to Dragon Age the Veilguard. I got my hot cocoa here. I'm gonna take a sip right quick. And we have a lot of things that we gotta do today. Mainly a metric ton of companion things going on. So we got this here with Taash. We got Davrin, Taash up there. We got Neve. Lucanis and Emmrich have got some things going on. That's likely to do a spy, so... First things first, let's check out Tasha's room. She's not there. That's not going to be the thing with her mother, but I'm kind of curious why there's a random quest in her chambers. Hey, baby dragon. Remember how you said I'd never find a big hoard? You were wrong, and I'm amazing. Come to the hall if you want to see my haul. I had to buy a whole new ship just to carry it, for my gold and my glory. Althered the totally ready. There's a poorly drawn cartoon in the corner of a man flexing atop a pile of loot. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go take care of that. After we get done with the rest of the things in the lighthouse, I guess we'll go see who's bragging like a bitch. I'm already here, so let's go do Lucanis and Emmrich's thing. Take care of this. Make a big old loop around.
Is that Zara Renata? This place isn't big enough to keep every corpse you guys find.
Zara spoke to Ilario before she died. Emmrich can talk to the dead. I have to know.
I think it's a good idea.
I wouldn't have offered my skills if I thought it was unsafe.
I trust Emmrich.
Let flame.
If he says it's good, it's good.
Your sight. Let
as far as I'm concerned, at least.
And light rise again. Tell us about Ilario della Morte.
Martyrs. He fooled us both.
Elaborate.
You took what he wanted most in this world. More than coin, pleasure, family.
The title of First Talon.
Jealousy is an old story. It's a tale as old as time. That's why I figured he was the best one for the grand suspect.
Jealousy is a powerful motivator.
I thought he cared enough to grant me a quick death. Why imprison me and risk everything?
An improvisation on this one's part. You had too much potential to die so young.
And Katarina? Did Ilario hire you to kill her?
No.
Ilario used blood magic to control spite. How? He's not a mage.
Our risen god gives many gifts.
Elganon. Ilario's working with Elganon.
Her spirit strong. Haste would be appreciated.
Let her go. We've heard enough.
I'm sorry, Lucanis.
We kind of
So
already
am I.
knew.
What are you going to do?
Take away everything from him.
I'd sooner just roll up in there for a meeting and chop his head off than play spy games, but I understand. A fortunate heir. Siren Mercia's back in Minrathos, the recent inheritor of the Mercia fortune, made quite an impression at the Rosalis gathering while publicly pledging to support one of Magister Dorian Pavis's recent endeavors. A note attached from Neve. Nice bit of luck considering he was Tala's third grandchild, and grandma, along with grandkids 1 and 2, were all Venatori who died in ways we'll call showy. Another stroke of luck. The will that wrote out non-cultist Siren couldn't be found, leaving only the one with him still on it. My guess at the time was the Demon of Virantium, Tala and Grandkid 2, similar demise, grandkids showing off a bit. Following in Lucanis' handwriting, Grandkid 1 was Ilaria. Well, isn't that interesting? So Ilario has some Minrathous political ties. Stands up with the Venatory gods for power so he can control the crows. Although to what end, right? I mean, when the world is ash and you're all slaves, what's the point of your power? You'll lose it anyway because you'll be a puppet. You'll be getting dangled around like a fucking marionette, but at least you'll be called the first Talon puppet, I guess, in his perspective. Cool. Going on, Neve.
Supper in Docktown?
What's the occasion?
I've got leads to chase on Alia and Docktown's missing people. A few sources will only talk if I'm alone. But if you're around after, you help me uncover all this. Supper's on me.
Sure. Count me in.
We've got another dinner date with Neve. Sounds good to me. We'll take care of that after all this is said and done. I think Davrin had one, right? See, we're about to see on his icon. Yeah, he did. What's going on, Dav?
Rook, something's come up. Evka dug around and found us someone who knows more about the Gloomhowler.
Anything useful?
Our new friend wants to talk in person. Figured you'd want to come along for this one.
Absolutely. When it comes to the Gloomhowler, my official policy is you point, I shoot. There's way too much going on there at stake with the Griffins not to take action.
This is where we eat.
I see.
Shathan, it's good to see you again.
My child wished to show me where she now lived.
I made food.
Well, thoughts? But you like
Here.
the new digs.
Iskap. Made it myself.
You remember the recipe on your own?
You've been hammering it into me for 20 years.
I
She's
could use
20.
more ginger.
Acts like a 14-year-old.
Demands.
Taash has never been interested in Kunari traditions before now.
Perhaps Taash paid more attention than you thought.
She did not. Is this your influence? Or that of the followers of the Qun?
The followers of the Qun?
Have they asked you to soften her to the Qun? Do they want to lure her back?
Neither. Thank you for asking.
Then why have you pushed her to this?
First, I didn't push Taash to anything. And second, I thought you'd be pleased to see Taash showing interest in Kunari heritage.
Take it easy, Mama Bear.
Taash is a Dari. I removed her from Parvalin for a reason.
But all the lessons, all the Kunari culture?
An error on my part.
You think?
I was never taught how to be a mother. Under the Qun, children are raised by those suited to such pursuits. I trained as a scholar. I was taught to think critically, to analyze without passion, and correct mistakes. You need not tell me that I am an inadequate mother. I am aware.
I disagree.
Why did you leave?
I think
When
all
I
those
see my
qualities are
child in
quite
danger,
fit
I
for
act.
motherhood and parenthood in general.
Here's the ginger.
Thank you.
So, I'm non-binary.
What does that mean?
It means I don't feel like a man or a woman.
If you are neither a man nor a woman, then what are you?
Non-binary. I just said, and I'm going to use they instead of she from now on.
If this is because I have criticized your dress or your manners...
It isn't!
Under the Qun, the term for one whose gender does not match the one given to them at birth was a Qunathlok. Perhaps you are like that.
Why do you have to keep picking at it? Why can't you just be happy for me?
Taash, Chakra Toebra.
So I'm supposed to struggle with who I am? Even if I don't feel like I fit, even if I feel wrong?
No, you misunderstood.
Then say it better! Why am I never enough for you?
Wasn't she trying to say it better? Wasn't she trying to understand before
I will
you
go.
put the...
Thank you for inviting me to your home. Panahedan.
waste of good food. Sure, she needs time.
All of that was new for her. Just give her some time.
No. It's okay.
Taash,
I'm not hiding anymore. How she takes it is her problem.
you sure?
Yeah.
How very understanding.
Come on. Don't let food go to waste.
On that I agree. It seemed like it escalated very quickly for no reason. I mean, she's just asking questions and trying to conversate about it. And of course, when you don't understand something, you draw parallels to things you do understand. Like, what did she say? A Cunithlock? And then she spazzed out and was like, why can't you just accept it and be happy for me? Well, like, that's not how the world works, unfortunately. And you're an adult, so you should understand that. People have to have conversations in order to understand things. You know, you need you need dialogue and parallels and analogies, and language is a very complex thing. You can't just change language somebody has used their entire life and expect them to understand because you said so and just be like, just be happy for me. Well, like, this whole thing is because you wanted her to understand you, right? So then why are you so upset when the attempt to understand you is made? You didn't make any headway there at all. You just pissed her off and pissed yourself off and then told her to fuck off. And now you're just like, well, now it's her problem. I'm just gonna do my thing. Well, like, okay, but that doesn't get you... doesn't get you what you wanted. You're the one that wanted the understanding and to come out and say it. And then you got your chance to do that, and you ended up just telling her to fuck off. Like... maybe I'm misunderstanding. But it's not like there was much dialogue there to make me understand, though, so I don't really feel bad about it. Again, it just... I don't know. You got what you wanted, and then you got mad that you got what you wanted, because she didn't say or respond in the exact way you would have liked. And so now you're just like, well, fuck it, you're not my mother anymore. That's where we're going with this. Graceful as ever going down there. But yeah, you can't just expect somebody... like, if somebody suddenly changed the definition of a word, right? So you've been using, like, the word car for forever, and all of a sudden now somebody wants to call it a wagon. Like, well, you know what a wagon is. A wagon is something pulled by a horse. So then you try and draw a different analogy, and you're like, okay, so maybe it's kind of like a boat. And they're like, well, can't you just be happy for my wagon? Well... you gotta understand and reset the language if you're trying to do that. You can't just get upset when people don't accept. That's the whole problem with the whole my truth thing and the whole like, well, you don't see it from my perspective. Well, everybody has their own perspective, and as much as you're demanding yours to be respected, everybody else that has one also wants theirs to be respected. And so if you don't bridge the gap with conversation and understanding, then you're just gonna end up in never-ending animosity. You can't just cross your arms over your chest and humph and have a tantrum and just hope that one day they come around or fuck them, because that's not how you make any progress in conversation. Like, what's the point in even having the language if you're not going to use it to discuss? There's way too much emotional investment, though. You gotta relax and talk it out. If that's what if understanding is what you're seeking, then there has to be conversations and understanding from both sides. You can't just make your demands and then if you don't meet them, fuck them. Well, you can, but that's what children do, and that's how they have their tantrums to get the candy from the store when their mother won't buy it for them. But in the adult world, once you're all grown up and you're dealing with lots of people who are adults with their own wills and their own understandings, things become a little more complex. Again, she's 20. That's an adult. She acts like a 14-year-old, which blows my mind. Hey, kitty.
Well, I'm late.
It's a big
Tried
cat.
grabbing something from Hal's on the way, but the fish fry's not running. So much for supper.
What have you been doing?
Chasing leads. On Alias Venatori, Darktown's missing people, and anything that might come close.
Find anything?
Plenty. Something I can use is another story. So here we are. I'm out of leads, and you're at that supper I promised.
Still get time with you? Can't say no to that.
Because our time in the city is always a breeze.
If we ignore the Venatori and the demons, and you're easy to get along with.
Well, put it like that, and I'd have to say likewise.
Things could go great. Anything can happen.
Well, look who has a bright side.
I can when it comes
Always nice to
you.
try.
So what now?
Anything you want, name it.
I could use a walk and some rocks.
Rocks?
That's right.
But let's go get you some rocks then, I guess.
So rocks. Look for good ones.
You were serious about this?
You'll see why.
Yeah, let's go find some rocks for Neve. Shouldn't be too hard, given our current surroundings.
Look at this fine rock.
Are you making fun of me?
Never. This is quality Minrathus gravel.
Well, aren't you the expert?
Quality Minrathus gravel. Didn't know we were a connoisseur.
So many rocks. How to choose.
This is like the classic case of the
said
dude
anything
that's
I
just
want.
like so
I
desperate,
trust you have a plan.
so desperately
Because
into the
plans go
chick.
well for
She
us.
starts talking about like
I
star
trust
signs and
you.
astrology, and you're like, absolutely, I've always believed in that. When in reality, like before her, you always said that astrology and all that stuff was full of shit. That's literally what this is. So like, such interest in gravel. I would love to know more. Orders. It's not called cursed because of the wrecks. If a smuggler can't handle the rocks and shallows, they should have hired better, and no one's crying. But the blood in the sand, don't you think it's thinned the veil? Do you think nothing crawls its way through? It is worth a speck of gold? Or is it worth a speck of gold, rather? I'm not seeing any blood on the sand. A lot of cats, though.
All right, time to put these rocks to use. Come on.
This one looks like it has a... It's like it's packing the extra chrome. Alright, Neve, what are we doing with these
How we
rocks?
doing?
With the rocks or in general?
Let's stick with the rocks.
In that case, so far so good. Still trust I have a plan?
I'm with you either way.
I'm glad you approve of my rock collecting abilities. Yeah, look how many cats are on this dock. So close to the water, it's kind of strange.
Calliope, you still going?
What are we doing with these rocks, Neve? Gonna build a cairn. I'm definitely curious.
Over here. I'll take you to my usual spot.
Or are we skimming rocks?
Isn't it?
Are we just skimming? Let's
This is what
skim
you
it.
do when you're out of leads.
I'd look over my notes, but I've got them by heart. I just need to clear my head.
Neve Gallus without her mind racing. I'd hardly know you.
Aren't you clever?
So what are you thinking?
We can't count on a lot here. When I started, I wasn't going to save Minrathus, never mind Thedas. But if I could take a job and
That ship
follow
spawning
through,
in there in the cutscene
well,
is
maybe
unfortunate
people
for the
could
angle.
Count on me. But at the end of the day, what have I done here? What sticks? If people like Aelia come back for more... I'm fighting, Rook. Sometimes it feels as though the city itself stabbed me in the back.
Commit to an exclusive relationship with Neve. Why not? We've invested plenty so far. Let's do it.
Not on my watch. I'm here for you.
I'm getting that impression. Oh, this is crazy.
What?
Getting mixed up with me.
Neve,
Or that
We've made worse decisions.
I want you to.
it's not crazy.
There's a lot to lose.
There's a lot to gain.
Always.
Have I told you your trouble?
Once or twice.
You've got something.
Maybe. Come on.
I'm glad we could shake something loose.
Well, ready to chase a long shot? We need to get to the spillway.
Let's go. Ready as ever now.
You've got something on Alien.
We were watched.
By the cat.
Sure. I mean at the relic deal. When Aelia controlled Damas, she mentioned Bataris and the stolen relic. Why bring that up? Why would she care?
You think she was involved?
Or one of her puppets. She's been careful, but there may be something to pick up at the site. A witness. Anything.
Yeah, let's see if we can fast travel closer to this. I was up there, right? Where did I fast travel to get up there? Because I started up here. It doesn't matter, we know how to get back up there, I think. Oh. Yeah, here it is. Let me just work our way around, I
Get to the
think.
site from here. Up and across that building.
I remembered. Have you seen Kari? Please help. Bring any information to Vix. I work the textile stand. That's more of the missing peoples Neve was talking about.
So we're returning to the scene of the crime, where we fought Bataris.
It's just a hunch, but it's the best I've got.
I'm with you. Let's see what's there.
You're the investigator.
What's the plan?
Bataris had a red lyrium relic. Those don't play nice with the Veil. The Viper left me a piece of one. Remnants fade with time, but if we got here soon enough...
One way to find out.
Remnants. We've got them.
Fainter than the ones we found before, but I'll see what I can draw out. Let's take a look. Here goes nothing. The thread smuggler. But this feels scrambled. Two people's thoughts in one source. She wasn't a traitor. She was a puppet. Aelia moving goods to her followers.
She was controlling their mind then.
I've got this. Echoes of greed, pride, our Venatori, Bataris. Look there, there's more. By the waterfall.
Yeah, what was he saying? The Venatori, right? Or whatever he said. With the stupid smile on his face.
Look, I realize you just kissed a girl, and now I've got you chasing leads.
I realize I kissed Neve Gallus. And this is part of your charm.
And I thought you were sweet before.
Careful now. But fall in love.
Got it. This one's afraid. A witness? Someone else showed up too, after we left. If I can pull out more of an echo, a memory.
So Neve Gallus is back. Tell me what you saw.
Nothing, I swear.
Aelia.
I'm sure he ended up dead from that encounter.
No. In my head. Stay out.
Bystander. They must have seen the fight.
Then Aelia showed up.
Tell me, would you see this city rise? Be a thrall in service to its glorious rebirth?
Thrall? No,
Silence! Your will
belongs to the Venatori.
Damn it.
The risen god will unlock my true
Blood mages.
He's given me Vena Vitalis. We start here.
What's Vena Vitalis?
A rumor, an old Tevinter ritual to increase blood magic. Fake accounts appear on the black market. The real records were burned by magisters. It scared them. But if Aelia cozied up to Algernon, an elven god might know the trick. Or something close he could trade as our legacy.
A blood ritual? Then the missing people... It's a lead.
But where? When? Who else does Aelia break before I track her down?
Neve?
This place means something to me. But what am I to it if I can't...
You'll catch Aelia again. Dogtown's got someone looking out for them. They'll see that.
Will they? Who got us Bataris?
I know. But Aelia plays dirty. Maybe we should play clean.
I'm a sucker, Rook. Getting caught up in all this. Bad habit.
You're not alone.
That's how it is. How it's been.
I know. But it doesn't have to be. Not with me. I mean it.
I know.
I mean, she can't cast blood magic if we chop her head off. She needs to move her mouth for that. That's gonna be a satisfying kill. Blood magic is literally mental slavery, and there's nothing I despise more. That's why pretty much every blood mage I've ever met in the entire Dragon Age series has died, even if they weren't the only villain in the scene. They're the ones I side against, just on principle of that. After a break at the docks, Neve returned to the scene of the relic deal to search for leads on Aelia. She picked up on several remnants that revealed Aelia's plan to perform a blood magic ritual using Docktown's missing people. Neve questioned her place in Docktown and if she could really help, but also realized she's not alone. Nice of you to join us now, Harden. Alright, what else do we have here? We got Davrin. Let's go take care of this. It's definitely a priority for me with all the stuff with the Gloom Howler. Open up the map. And where are we going for this? Do we have to dip back? No, we're going to the Hosberg wetlands for this. Yeah, it's Antoine and Evka. I hope he's not listening too hard to the Colin song. Switch our party up. Welcome back into the fold, Davrin. We are here on your business, after all.
Thanks for tagging along, Rook. Those feelers I put out about the Gloomhowler turned up something. Evka, I got your message.
I figured you'd want to hear this. These are Wardens Davrin and Rook. You can trust them.
What's your name?
It's okay. We're here to help.
Nothing to be afraid of.
My name's Valya. When I heard about Wise Helped, what happened... I once trained to be a Grey Warden, but I left before the joining.
That's a rare
It's
occurrence.
not for everyone.
It wasn't that. It's... I'm the one who found the Griffin eggs, before they hatched.
I've got about 1,000,000 questions. But why come to us now?
I knew some of the Wardens who were caring for the Griffins, Remy and Lancet. I think I know what killed them.
The Gloomhowler. It's a Grey Warden, isn't it? An elf?
But that's all we know.
Yes. Her name was Isaiah. I found her diary. She was a mage. She blighted all the Griffins during the Fourth Blight.
What?
Upon direct orders from the first warden at the time. She had no choice. This was centuries ago.
I'm gonna need big explanations on that.
Why? In what world would we blight our own griffins?
In her diary, Isaiah said the blight was going badly. The Wardens couldn't win. They turned to blood magic. The Griffins fought harder, longer.
I see where this is going.
Isaiah didn't want to do it, but orders were orders. It won the war.
But then...
The Griffins became rabid. They turned against the Wardens.
So then the first warden turned against them.
He ordered them all destroyed.
That's why they're extinct.
I mean, the Wardens do whatever it takes to win. I find it very hard to believe that they would blight every single last Griffin down to the last feathered friend. I don't much buy that. It does make sense that they went rabid after the Archdemon died, though, because the song and the calling changes after an Archdemon's death. That's how the Darkspawn go back to being their regular rabid selves in the Deep Roads. It does make sense that the Griffins would kind of lose their shit. But it's so hard to believe that you would blight every single last one to the point where they would go extinct after. I find that very hard to believe.
Could understand why this Isaiah is so pissed.
She felt betrayed by the Wardens forcing her to do it. As penance, she hid the remaining eggs with a protective spell. I followed the clues and found them.
That was 400 years ago. She shouldn't even be alive.
Her last entry said she left for her calling.
Then she's probably in the Deep Roads. Blighted. Twisted.
Hassan? I was there the day you hatched. You've grown.
Careful. He's a shameless flirt.
That's because he's such a pretty boy, isn't he? I remember feeding him gingerwort truffles as a baby.
So you're the reason Davrin's been hunting mushrooms instead of monsters?
Anything for the prince.
I don't see a crown on your head yet, boy.
There should be. Griffins give the Wardens hope. Something to rally around after Weishaupt. Please find his brothers and sisters, whatever it takes. We owe them so much.
Count on it.
Stay safe, Hassan.
This is good information, but it still doesn't tell us where the Gloomhowler is.
No, but the other wardens will keep looking. The Gloomhowler, Isaiah, can't hide forever.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Something about just the Wardens blighting every single last one, down to the very last egg. They would know that there are more blights to come and that you would need Griffins for that. Like, they would have that knowledge, so they would stick so many to the side. They would make sure that the Griffins could be repopulated before the next blight. They wouldn't just be like, fuck it, burn it all, burn the whole resource. That's not. Even if you go for the cold and calculated nature, which Wardens are very capable of, I mean, they've certainly done enough things to prove that, but even under those circumstances, they're actively hurting their chances of future blights by just destroying the whole species. I don't believe that they would do that. That is an attempt at something that doesn't make much logical sense. There's huge plot holes in that narrative that I'm not fond of. How are we doing on...
We've got the best gear for your beast fight.
Yeah, you're just straight up almost right, max rank.
Have a good fight.
There's a lot of plot holes there. I see what the writers were intending to do and how they wanted it to be. Like, they wanted to be like, oh my god, the Wardens did this twisted thing and it's so, like, crazy because they're heroes, but there's a dark side. But they just consistently miss. Every iteration where they try to do that, they just swings and misses. And this one, it just doesn't make any sense. That's not what they would do. Notice from Isabella. Hello, kittens. God, that's cringe. We've had word of ship getting attacked by a dragon that should be ships. A big one. Maybe even Kataranda herself, just off the coast. Keep an eye out for survivors, and if one of them is that Ethelred, Tell him to get back here so I can give him a mild stabbing for idiocy. Hugs and kisses, Isabella.
Storm Riders get really possessive about their hordes. She'll be tracking the scent of anything that got taken.
Looks like they're talking about a dragon. Kataranda?
Kataranda the Storm Rider. She's bad. She's real bad. Breathes lightning, like the Vinsimer.
The Vinsima was kind of friendly, though.
Kataranda isn't. She is a bad dragon.
Yeah. Moving on. I'm not gonna make the joke. I'm not gonna do that. Let's go. Let's go fight a dragon. Gotta go to the Ravine Coast though. Maybe we're finally gonna get Warden's Repose out of this. Maybe the dragon will smash something open for us. Investigate the post wreck. Down here real fast.
Get ready.
Alright, I just bozo undead. We're not worried about it. Unless they follow me all the way over here, then we might be worried about it.
No sign of treasure here. Maybe in the wreckage nearby.
So, Neve. Out late with Rook, I hear.
Oh, yeah. Just skipping stones.
That all?
Why? You hear something different?
Don't need to. Rook had a bounce in his step. It wasn't just from tossing rocks.
Well, you know Rook. Probably sprained an ankle.
I heard that.
Look at you being so interested, Davrin. Didn't know you paid so much attention to the companions. I guess I had some pep in my step. Hard not to when you get kissed by a pretty girl. Skip over to the... No sense flying through the holes we've already fought through a billion times. I believe the Dragon King messes around in these
Kataranda threw
places.
that ship like a toy.
Yeah, you think?
Looks like something took the treasure and buried it. I can have Hassan start digging.
Sounds good.
Consider it done.
Good boy. Found that one on the first hole. Break bird.
What? I flew off with the treasure.
What a little shit. We gotta fast travel to this, we do. Benefits of exploring thoroughly. You get to just zip around.
How about a trade? A nice shiny coin for that dirty old treasure.
You wanna trade? Did we trade? Yeah, I put the gold. Thank you.
This is all the treasure stolen from Kataranda. If we want to lure the dragon in, we should find someplace open. Maybe the beach where Taash lured in the Vinsima.
Be a good enough place to fight it. Lots of space to move around while it's taking wild slashes at it. You ready to rock, Taash? That's not gonna work for me. I need Neve with us. We'll keep Asan away from the dragon fights, just in case.
Everyone get ready.
Hits me already. Let's do that.
Perfect time.
No sweat.
Dragon fights in this game all kind of play out the same way. Boys on like 25% health, they do this thing where they go open for the high ground and they shoot shit down at you. Position had a decent amount of variation in dragon fights. I actually rather preferred those.
I'm ready. Let's go.
You're gonna bring that ass over here, because I ain't playing without light and water. Intended on getting hit by that lightning surge. And then we need to find a piece of solid land to sit on when she does the lightning core. Right here, babe. can't roll that. Overwhelm, that's fine. What's on her? I think combo should knock her down.
We just took down Deathstorm the Storm Rider. We are drinking for free tonight.
Yeah,
and there's treasure caught in her scales. Huh.
Yep. Storm Riders carry around bits of their hoard. I think maybe they get worried when it's not with them.
That's kind of an interesting little factoid about Storm Riders, isn't it? They take their treasure with them because they kind of freak out when it's not there. Let's see what we get for this. Unyielding stone amulet. 300% immovable duration. You cannot dodge while immovable is active and grants immovable at start of combat. Cool concept, but not for me. At least not with this current build. With Kataranda the Storm Rider finally defeated, Riveni ships can sail safely again, and the storied treasure has been claimed. Okay, and I think that was everything, right? Yeah, all we have is this, and I still don't think this is fully accessible because there's no quest marker on it. Let's go. Let's just see. I mean, we haven't been back to explore any of this shit in a while, so... This is the direction that it would be in. Yeah, there's just no way to get across that yet. There's none that I'm seeing. Alright, so let's go back to the lighthouse. And then we'll wrap up. Been going for around 50 minutes, so it's good a place as any. We got some new missives. Defeating Kataranda. Rook and Taash. I can't believe you defeated Kataranda herself. As soon as we stole her treasure, she was on our ship like deep stalkers on a nug. I tried my hexing spells, but it turns out dragons do not give one lyrium-infused crap about magical curses. I went overboard, washed up on the beach, and spent a week trying to get inland while dodging lightning like a seer who's sassed a pride demon. Isabella says I'm lucky I didn't end up a scorch mark like Ethelred. Can't believe I let him talk me into this. Hopefully it's the last time I take an ugly job because of a cute ass. You wouldn't be the first, dude. Next time you drop by the hill, ask for Fabs. That's how most people know me here, and drinks are on me. Sawyer of the Lords. Thanks for the help. Rook and Taash. Ireland says your team took down the Fang Scorcher. Leaf and I were with the Veil Jumpers getting civilians out of the area, but we're used to dealing with demons angry at old magic, not dragons angry at interlopers. We hunkered down as best we could, but she would have gotten to us eventually if you hadn't drawn her away and defeated her. We haven't seen any further sign of Antarm activity in Arlathan, but we'll keep our eyes open. In the meantime, we're helping some villagers rebuild safely. Thanks for the help, Garrick and Leaf of the Veil Jumpers. Anytime. Alright, do we have anything going on back here? We have one with Emmrich, one with Lucanis, and chit chat with Davrin. So I will split the episode here and we'll take care of that next time. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, you're feeling particularly generous, please check out the links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Dragon Age the Veilguard. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.